Hello, good afternoon everyone, and a warm welcome to the House of European Football here in Nyon for the UEFA Europa League round of 32 draw. Congratulations to all of the teams who have qualified for this stage of the competition. Over the last few months, we have witnessed some wonderful football across the continent. The goals came thick and fast, 442 scored at an average of over 3 goals per game. Bayer Leverkusen led the scoring charts with an impressive 21 goals in just 6 games. This is just one short of the competition record set by Napoli in the 2015-16 season. There have been some fantastic games and goals during the group stages over the last few months. So let's take a look back at the best moments so far from the teams who have qualified for the round of 32. Some amazing action there, and we're looking forward to more of the same when the competition resumes in February. First of all, though, we need to find out who will be playing who. To invite on stage, I would like the pleasure to welcome here with us the master of the draw proceedings. That's the UEFA Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti. Hey, Giorgio.
Hello, Pedro. Thank you very much, Pedro, and it is always a pleasure to welcome you to Nyon to our draws. The UEFA President Alexander Ceferin would like to pass on his regards and offer the best of luck to the teams who have reached this stage of the competition. Unfortunately, just over an hour ago, we received the sad news that Gérard Houllier has passed away. He greatly contributed to European football, managing clubs like Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, Lyon, aside from the French national team. Our thoughts are with his family and the whole of French football during these difficult times. 19 countries are represented in the round of 32, including 7 former winners of this competition and its predecessor, the UEFA Cup, who have held this trophy aloft on 8 occasions between them. Special congratulations to Granada, who have qualified for the knockout stages for the first time in what is their debut UEFA Europa League season. I would like to take this opportunity to highlight the great achievement of the last few months in which, thanks to our joint efforts and hard work, we have managed to overcome the tall hurdles laid on our way by this global crisis and to complete our group stage. Since August, when football resumed, UEFA has played in all its different competitions around 1,000 matches. More than 300 were in the Europa League. This is a remarkable achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting closer to the draw, and the teams will soon find out the first opposition they will need to face as they look to progress on the road to the UEFA Europa League final, which will take place in Gdansk on the 26th of May 2021. I would now like to welcome a very special footballer who knows all about winning important trophies. You will find out who I'm talking about in this video. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Maniche.
Boa tarde.
Boa tarde.
Maniche, tudo bem?
Tudo bem.
You know all about this trophy, right? You're meeting her again. You won the UEFA Cup in 2003. And I wanted to ask you about how it was being part of that Porto team, because the following season, of course, you won the UEFA Champions League as well. What was it like to play with this team, with the manager as well, who's quite famous himself in José Mourinho?
Good afternoon. Thanks for the invitation. I'm very glad to be here. Yes, it was a very special moment. We had a great team. With great players, and of course he had José Mourinho. It worked as always, be brilliant.
Of course, I know as a player you were all over Europe, played in Spain, Italy, England, Russia, Portugal, of course. I know you follow European football and the UEFA competitions closely. Who has impressed you in the group stages so far in the Europa League?
Oh, this is a very competition tournament. So, but I think this moment Arsenal, Leverkusen, Braga, I think, are playing very good football. So I think difficult because the tournament is fantastic.
All right, Maniche, it's a pleasure to have you here. You're going to help out Giorgio with the draw. So, Giorgio, back over to you.
Yes, so now I would like to invite on stage with us my colleague Michael Hesjesved, the head of club competition, to explain us the technical procedure and to assist in the draw. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Giorgio, and good afternoon. The draw for the round of 32 of the 2020-21 UEFA Europa League involves 24 clubs coming from the UEFA Europa League group stage and 8 clubs coming from the UEFA Champions League group stage. The group winners and the 4 best teams coming from the UEFA Champions League are seeded, while the runners-up and the remaining UEFA Champions League teams are unseeded. The seeded teams will be drawn against unseeded teams, ensuring that winners and runners-up of the same group are not drawn against each other and are from a different association. The 16 balls containing the names of the unseeded teams are placed in a ball just in front of Giorgio. After drawing each unseeded team, the computer will indicate which group winners or best third-ranked teams can be drawn against them in accordance with the conditions just explained. Should we have only one team eligible to be drawn against a particular opponent, there will be no draw. Furthermore, as the decision previously taken by UEFA is still in place, teams from Russia and Ukraine shall not be drawn together. This round of 32 is a knockout round that will be played on the 18th of February for the first legs and the 25th of February for the return legs. After the draw and in accordance with the competition regulations, the UEFA administration will fix the kick-off times. The full fixture list will be available after the draw ceremony at around 3 o'clock this afternoon. Please note, however, that due to the city clash between Arsenal FC and Tottenham Hotspurs, both teams are seeded. The home match of Tottenham Hotspur will be scheduled on Wednesday, 24th of February at 1800 CET, irrespective of their opponents. I think that's all from the technical side. I now hand the floor back to Giorgio as we are ready to proceed.
Thank you, Michael. So as we're ready to proceed, just take a quick look at the lineup of today's draw. We start with the seeded teams, which include AS Roma, Manchester United, Arsenal FC, Club Brugge, Bayer Leverkusen, FC Shakhtar Donetsk, Rangers FC, AFC Ajax, PSV Eindhoven, SSC Napoli, Leicester City FC, AC Milan, Villarreal CF, Tottenham Hotspur, GNK Dynamo and TSG Hoffenheim. The runners-up are the following teams, so BSC Young Boys, FC Krasnodar, Molde FK, FC Salzburg, SK Slavia Praha, FC Dynamo Kiev, SL Benfica, Olympiacos FC, Granada CF, Real Sociedad, SC Braga, LOSC Lille, Maccabi Tel Aviv, Royal Antwerp, FC Wolfsberger AC, FK Crvena Zvezda. With this, we are ready to go. So I will draw first the unseeded teams, and I will offer the opportunity to our friend and legend Matinche to complete the pairing and tell us everything we need to know about the round of 32 of the UEFA Europa League. And we go with the first team, which is Wolfsberger AC from Austria. Wolfsberger, they can be paired against 15 of the 16 seeded teams. The one which is precluded to Wolfsberger is GNK Dynamo, as they were in the same group. And Wolfsberger is a beginner in this round of 32. It is their first participation. So they will now be waiting to be paired with one of the 15 seeded teams from Roma to Ajax, who are ready for this draw. So let's see which team will have to travel to Austria for the first leg of the round of 32. That's a team which is coming out of Manish's hands.
Tottenham.
So Tottenham Hotspur is paired together with Wolfsberger. So Wolfsberger, Tottenham Hotspur, the winners of 72 and 84. And also about Tottenham Hotspur, the first team to reach the total of 300 goals scored in the UEFA Cup or UEFA Europa League. So congratulations to Tottenham. And let's see the next one, which is FC Dynamo Kiev. Dynamo Kiev can be paired against all the remaining teams, but one, which is FC Shakhtar Donetsk, as they are from the same country, Ukraine. So we have 14 opponents possible for Dynamo Kiev, whose best result in this competition was the semi-final they reached in 2009. And it is their third participation in the knockout phase of the UEFA Europa League in the last 4 seasons. Almost ready to go. The ball is ready, and Manish has just drawn the ball, which contains the name of their opponent.
Club de Brugge.
Club Brugge is the opponent of Dynamo Kiev, the finalists of 1976. and at the time they were the first team from Belgium to feature in a UEFA Cup final. Now we go with Real Sociedad. So Real Sociedad can be drawn against several teams, but not Napoli and not Villarreal. All the other opponents are possible for the quarter-finalists of 1989. But now it is the second time, and since 2018, that Real Sociedad is featuring in the knockout phase of the UEFA Europa League. They did it in 2018 as well. And now this is their draw. We're ready to know which opponent will have to face the team of Real Sociedad, who are doing very well also in Spanish La Liga this season.
Manchester United.
So Manchester United faces Real Sociedad in what promises to be a very thrilling tie. Manchester United will travel first to the Basque region of Spain to play against Real Sociedad. Manchester United won this trophy in 2017, and now we have SL Benfica. Benfica can be opposed to all the remaining seeded teams except Rangers, who were the team in the same group of Benfica. 3 finals in the track record of Benfica in this competition. The last one was in 2014. And Benfica has an important record, so they are unbeaten in a competition record, 25 home UEFA Europa League matches. No one has done the same as Benfica. But they are also the team which has played more matches in the UEFA Europa League knockout phase, more than anyone else, with 40. Benfica will play against
Arsenal.
Benfica Arsenal, and that's another thrilling pairing for sure. Benfica versus Arsenal, 2 historic clubs. Also Arsenal featured in 2 previous finals. The last one was the All-English UEFA Europa League final that was played in Baku in 2019 against Chelsea. Now we have FK Crvena Zvezda. Crvena Zvezda have all the remaining options open to them except Hoffenheim, who were in the same group as Crvena Zvezda. Crvena Zvezda played the final in 1979, and they are the first team from Serbia to feature twice in the UEFA Europa League knockout phase. It's a matter of pride for sure for Crvena Zvezda to represent Serbia in this competition. Crvena Zvezda are paired against
AC Milan.
AC Milan. So Crvena Zvezda versus AC Milan in their quest to try to win the only trophy which is missing in their very rich showcase. They were semi-finalists twice in 1972 and 2002. And now we have Royal Antwerp. Belgian side. No conditions for Royal Antwerp. They can face any of the remaining teams, of the seeded teams, of course. Royal Antwerp, who were quarter-finalists in 1990. So we are waiting to learn which team they will have to face. It's the last Belgian club featuring in a UEFA club competition final. In 92-93 it was the final of the Cup Winners' Cup. Royal Antwerp versus
Rangers.
Rangers. Royal Antwerp versus Rangers. Finalist of 2008 in Manchester. And it's the second successive season for Rangers to be in the round of 32. The next team drawn is SK Slavia Praha. Slavia Praha can be drawn against all opponents left, but Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer was in the same group. So for Slavia, best result was a semi-final back in 1996. But last year, on their way to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League, Slavia eliminated Sevilla. And Sevilla, as you all know, is the record winner of this competition. So in 2019, they were eliminated by Slavia Praha.
Leicester City.
Leicester City is the next team drawn. So for Leicester City is now facing Slavia Praha in this round of 32. It's the very first time that Leicester City appears in the round of 32, and they will travel to Prague. Now FC Salzburg. FC Salzburg, no conditions also for Salzburg. They can be paired with any of the 9 remaining teams. Salzburg, who were finalists in 1994 of the then UEFA Cup. And they have a very important streak as they have been unbeaten in their last 14 home Europa League matches. For sure they will not want to interrupt this streak of results. But let's see against whom.
Villarreal.
Against Villarreal. Against Villarreal, which is the club which has played the most matches in the UEFA Europa League history, more than any other club, a total of 80. So Salzburg play Villarreal. Now SC Braga. Also for Braga, we don't have any conditions. There are 8 teams left, 8 group winners, and all of them can be drawn against SC Braga, who were finalists in 2011. It was an all-Portuguese final, played in Dublin against FC Porto. A North Portugal derby at the time, but played in Ireland. Now for Braga, we have
AC Roma.
AS Roma. So Braga versus Roma, who were finalists in 1991. And for the 7th consecutive season, they are in the knockout of a UEFA club competition, Champions League or Europa League. Next team is FC Krasnodar. Krasnodar, they cannot be paired with Shakhtar Donetsk, but they can be paired against the other 6 teams left for Krasnodar, who made the round of 16 twice in 2017 and 2019. To reach the round of 16 also this season, they will have to overcome the opposition of the team, which we are going to learn in a very few seconds.
Dinamo.
This is GNK Dinamo. So Dinamo Zagreb will play against Krasnodar in Russia the first leg. Dinamo made the round of 16 in 2019, and it's the only club from Croatia having reached twice the UEFA Europa League knockout phase. Now we have BC Young Boys, the team of the Swiss capital. So Young Boys don't have any condition, 6 opponents left, and they can be paired against all of them. It is the 3rd time for Young Boys to be in the UEFA Europa League knockout phase since 2011. So this time they will play the first match at home against this team.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Against Bayer Leverkusen. So BC Young Boys versus Bayer Leverkusen, the winners of 1988. Molde FK from Norway. For Molde, we don't have any conditions, so they have 5 options among the seeded teams, all those which are left in the pots. Molde, the 2nd time in their history in the round of 32 after 2016.
Hoffenheim.
Hoffenheim will have to travel to Molde for the round of 32. For Hoffenheim, the first participation in the round of 32. And now we have Granada. Granada from Spain. 3 possible opponents. They cannot be paired with PSV Eindhoven, as both teams were in the same group of the group stage. So 3 opponents are possible for Granada, who are making their debut and in the competition, and also obviously in the round of 32. We're waiting to know. And here we are. These are the opponents.
Napoli.
Napoli. Napoli will make the trip to Granada, the winners of 1989 of Napoli, at the time taken to success by the great and never forgotten Diego Armando Maradona. Maccabi Tel Aviv. Maccabi Tel Aviv, 3 opponents left. They can be drawn against any of the 3. Maccabi made the round of 32 previously in 2014. And this is the first club from Israel to qualify for the knockout phase on 2 separate occasions. So for Maccabi, the team is
Shakhtar Donetsk.
Shakhtar Donetsk. So FC Shakhtar Donetsk, coming from the group stage of the UEFA Champions League, will be opposed to Maccabi Tel Aviv. Now we go with the second last unseeded team, which is LOSC Lille. Lille, 2 Dutch teams can be opposed to Lille. Lille, who made the round of 16 3 times in their history, 2005, 2006 and 2010. And the team with the player Yusuf Yazici, who scored 2 hat-tricks in 2 home-away matches in this Group H phase against Sparta and Milan.
Ajax.
Ajax, so Lille will play their round of 16 against Ajax. So only 1 team left for the unseeded teams, and that's it. That's Olympiacos FC. Olympiacos, of course, will be paired with the remaining seeded club, which is PSV Eindhoven, and with the pairing between Olympiacos and PSV Eindhoven, we've concluded this draw. I would like to invite our friend Pedro back on stage. We have some interesting matches to comment on.
We do indeed, Giorgio. Good job, gentlemen, on this draw. 32 teams paired into 16 ties. Let's take a look at how the results came out for this round of 16, highlighting some of the matches that we'll have to look forward to. Premier League leaders will go to Austria, Tottenham to play Wolfsberger. We have La Liga leaders, Real Sociedad, taking on Manchester United, clash between Benfica and Arsenal. Milan, who are doing so well in the Serie A, taking on Crvena Zvezda of Serbia. As we move on to some of the other matches that are also taking place, Braga taking on Roma, great clash there. Lille facing Ajax, and Olympiacos, the Greek champions, are taking on PSV Eindhoven. The first legs of these matches will take place on the 18th of February and the return legs on the 25th. One day later, on the 26th of February, we'll be right here to have the draw for the next phase of the competition. Now, just before we go, a quick reminder to all football fans watching around the world, you can still vote for the 2020 UEFA.com Fans Men's Team of the Year, and also for the very first time for the UEFA.com Fans Women's Team of the Year as well. Go to UEFA.com for all the details on that. That'll do it from us. I would like to thank Giorgio, Manish and Michael for their skillful handling of the proceedings here. And that'll do it from us. We wish everyone watching a happy Christmas and a successful, much better New Year for everyone. Take care.
Thank you.